Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Callie, this is Callie's Collectibles Reviews, and today I am going to take a look at the Neca, long title, A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge, Ultimate Freddy Krueger. Here he is. I'm going to jump over to the review station and take a quick, closer look at this guy. See you in a minute. Okay, so here we are in the review station. Here's the figure, everything it comes with, and of course the packaging. We'll have a quick look at the box. Turn that off a minute, there we go. As you can see, it is basically just the movie poster on the front of the box here. Very well done in my opinion. Across the top, it says A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Same along the side with Neca Real Toys. Same on this side. And on the back, you obviously have your product shots. And a brief little bio right at the top about Freddy, but my camera doesn't want to focus on that today. There we go. If you want to pause it and give it a read, there you go. But that's pretty much it for the box. It does open up with the standard Velcro tab system. Hi! There's me in the background. And of course on this side you get more promotional products with the flame effect piece. But that's it for the box. Right, so focusing on the figure, we will take a look at the accessories first and then the figure. We'll go with this big chuddy piece first. This is the flame effects piece. There's the little magnet at the bottom. It does clip on via a magnet. It works, but not well, I want to say, unfortunately. It's a cool piece. It looks really cool once it's on the shelf, but that magnet in there, it's not really strong enough. It doesn't really kind of grip where it's supposed to grip. It's nice, but it doesn't really work, but I'll show that off in a bit. You get an alternate hand. It's the fleshy hand with the claws coming out the fingers. If you've seen the film, you know exactly what this is referencing. It's when Freddy is possessing Jesse, I believe the character's name. It's been a while since I watched it. Forgive me, but yeah, there's the fleshy clawed hand. And you get two alternate heads. You get this one, which is kind of end of the film, Freddy being scared of, losing his control and Jesse right before he gets burnt up. But there you go. And I must admit, the paint job and the sculpt on these are just absolutely phenomenal. You see all the little burn marks and everything just in there. And paint job on the eyes, not too bad. Not too bad. Teeth are pretty good. Or pretty bad, should I say. Either way you want to look at it. And then you get this screaming Freddy head, which is actually from the part where he rips the top of his head open. And I just love how realistic that looks. That is disgustingly beautiful in my opinion. But yeah, this is the head I normally have on my Freddy, but I swapped it out for today's review. So mouth very nicely done. See the tongue in there. See the teeth. So there you go. And then he comes with the two I don't know whether to call them terror dogs or devil dogs. I've heard them referred to by both. But here's one. Looks a bit dusty. I probably should have dusted before this review. There you go. There's one terror dog. The only articulation on these is in the head. You get a little bit of movement. But that is it. Kind of more just rotation more than anything else. But that is it. It is a solid piece. And this one is, body is identical to the last one. but the head sculpt is different. So that's them. Now we'll get on with the main piece himself, Freddy. Oh, one other accessory, the hat. It does come packaged separately from the figure, but there you go. There's the little brown fedora. Dirty, dingy, as it should be. It belongs to Fred Krueger. But that head sculpt just... oh, he looks pissed. I love the colours on the shirt. Just, it looks so film accurate. It's just unreal. I mean, if I turn my light off, so you can see it in a more natural light, that just looks brilliant. And there's the clawed glove. Very well done on the glove, in my opinion. The sculpt, the paint, it's just, oh, just so spot on for me. The palm of the hand. This is unclawed hand. Plain blackish, greyish trousers. And plain brown boots. Now, articulation on this guy. The head is on a ball joint, so you get side to side. You get quite good up. Quite good down. And you do get a bit of tilt. Arms are on a pin and socket, so they're just in and out, like so. 360 all the way around. Single jointed elbow at the elbow, obviously, but you do get rotation at that joint as well. Wrists are on a ball joint too. Same both sides. There is kind of waist rotation and I think a slight ab crunch, but due to this kind of solid piece, you don't really get that much movement out of it. Now the legs on mine are extremely floppy. I mean, yeah, once you get to a certain position, but I mean, I'm not after limboing Freddy, I'm after standing straight up and down Freddy. He can hold a pose once you get him in one, she says as he goes to fall over. Yeah, see, the legs, again, older Neca figure, the hip joints really do kind of let this guy down. So there you go. But yeah, forward, both legs wanting to move at once. Gets that far, but you do split the diaper. This piece here is a soft, separate rubber piece. Neca fans call this the diaper. You can get the leg that far out to the side. You do get a little bit of thigh rotation there. You get single jointed knee and you do get rotation at that knee. And the feet, due to the sculpt of the trousers, very much like the Jason I recently took a look at, just due to the way this is sculpted, this piece, you don't get much in the way of foot articulation, unfortunately. So, let's accessorize Freddy. Pop the hat on him. You take the flame effects piece, and it's meant to line up with a magnet. There's a magnet in his back, around here somewhere. And this is kind of meant to line up with sort of the shape of his back. I don't know how well that's going to come across on camera, but you kind of got to get it lined up with the shape of his back. And there you go. But the downside to that is now the figure is incredibly back heavy. So you've got to get him posed just right, or he's not going to stand. There you go. Hold on. Yeah, so there you go. He's kind of, I don't know. Like, it looks like he's leaning forward way too much when you've got this on, just to get him to remain balanced. See, he's kind of hunching forward. I found the best way to combat that with this figure is to kind of get him in the pose that's on the box. Arms up to the side. Give him a slightly wider stance. Oh, no, see, it's those hips. The hips need to be tighter when you've got that much weight on the back. It just does not want to go. There we go. That's about the best I'm going to get him posed currently. I will do some comparisons and you can take a better look for yourself. Okay, for some size comparisons, here he is with the Friday the 13th Part 3 Ultimate Jason, also from Neca. Here he is with Ash from Evil Dead 2, and I think they scale pretty well together. And it's a battle of the claw gloves with Wolverine versus Freddy Krueger. Okay then, so I'm going to jump back out of the review station now and give you my final thoughts. See you in a sec. Bye. Okay then, so that was my review of the Neca A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 Freddy's Revenge Ultimate Freddy Krueger. All in all, I'd have to say, I'm going to take this flame bit off. All in all, I'd have to say, apart from the loose hips and this piece not being as practical as it could be, I mean, I much would have preferred just like a hole or something just in the back and just... Because, I mean, let's face it, if it pegged on properly, once it's on, you're not going to see a hole in the back. You're not going to see anything. Or even a stand for it to go on and it could just kind of sit behind him. That would have been fine with me. But that's a nitpick. Taking the figure on its own merits. If you don't have a Freddy Krueger and you find this one for a good price, I highly recommend picking it up. It is a very good figure from the folks over at Neca. The paint, sculpt, everything. Apart from the issues I pointed out, the joints and this piece. These could have been more articulated, but it's just little accessories. I love them for what they are. I think the paint and sculpt is brilliant on these. Neca, always, with all of their figures, always knock it out the park when it comes to paint and sculpt details, and that is why I buy so many of them. But, yeah, I'd say out of 10, very much like the Jason, I want to give it about a 7, maybe a 6, just because that on my shelf is a fucking nightmare, honestly. Trying to pose this guy with this on his back and keep him standing up afterwards. Oh. But anyway, I have been Callie. This is Callie's Collectible Reviews, and I shall see you in my next review. Mwah! Bye bye for now, everyone.